I hate this channel.
No! No!
By the way, real quick, before I forget, I keep forgetting to talk about this. Somebody asked me a while back when I was doing a Trina video. They were like, they pointed out the fact that Trina didn't puke in one of the videos I did a reaction to. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. And so I've always been wondering why sometimes she pukes and sometimes she didn't. I think I figured it out. Now, I could be very wrong, and it could just be the fact that she just ended up developing this nervousness tick to where she puked when she's nervous. But if I'm correct, the first time I noticed she started puking was when she met the guy. What's his face? The guy with the backboard shaping penis. Whatever. The other blonde guy that just like her. Remember? It wasn't until she got with him, I don't think, when she started puking, which would kind of make sense actually because we find out later that that's her brother. So it actually would make like total sense. But I don't even think it was meant for that purpose. I think they just gave her that quality, maybe, I guess. Out of nowhere, and it just stuck. But I think that would be a good one if they only did the puking, like the episodes that she was with the brother and they were, in love or whatever. It would make sense that she would puke at the end, even though we wouldn't know why, or she wouldn't know why. Still would kind of make sense. Anyways, I think that could maybe be part of it. I think maybe they just might have developed it later. They realized, I don't know, she needed another quirk or something, which seems weird to me because, like, I don't know. I think it's funny just shit without puking. I don't like puking. I can't stand, like, puke and, I don't know, stomach turning stuff in shows and movies. I don't like it. It just grosses me out. Anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, I think I figured out the Trina thing maybe. I don't know. And again, it seemed like she only pukes really after that the episodes that he's in, but not all of them because like the IHOP episode he's not in, but she pukes in that one. So I don't know. I'm still trying to decipher it, figure it out. Maybe I will one day. Maybe I won't. I fucking love Mo Collins so much. She's like my fucking idol. Okay, this bitch. This is how made we are for each other. No, but this is how like made we are for each other, or like we're almost like this. I don't want to say we're the same person because I don't ever want to give myself that much credit. I can never be as amazing as her in anything, but there's been jokes on the show and stuff that she was mistreated as a child, or like she wasn't favored by her parents, but her siblings were, or some shit like that, right? Granted, I don't know if none of this is true. It could just be for the skits. Who knows? But from what it sounded like, it didn't sound like Mo had the best childhood growing up. Like she didn't sound whatever. She sounded like she went through some shit. What's funny is I watched the interview of her. I watched the interview of her, and she was talking. At the end of the interview, the woman said, what would you want God to say to you once you get there? If you get up to the gates of heaven and stuff, what would you want Him to say to you after all this? And she said, and this, I swear to God, this lives with me, guys, because I've been told this exact thing by my brothers, actually. But granted, it was more of a joking way and not like in a serious or meaningful. It was in like a joking, you know what I mean? But she said, "That'll do, pig. That'll do." And if you know that line, it's actually a line from Family Guy. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Which is funny, but it's not that surprising because Alex Borstein was on the show and she moved to Family Guy, so it doesn't surprise me. And I think Will Sasso's character, Mr. Sasso, I'm pretty sure Peter Griffin makes kind of like parodies of or acts like in some episodes and shit, just like Mr. Sasso. Anyways, it's funny. So I realized some of the ideals from Family Guy came from here. So Mo said in the interview, she ended it with that. That'll do, pig. That'll do. And it's so funny because I've had that said to me numerous times, but not in like the good, not in the good-hearted, funny way like she meant it to hopefully be, but also clowning, but also a dig at herself at the same time. You know what I mean? Something literally I would totally do. I've been told this line by my brothers. You know what I mean? I'll do something stupid or whatever. That'll do. But anyways, they've literally said the exact line to me because I'm big, because I was always fat when I was younger, whatever. You know what I mean? That was one of the biggest things I got picked on about was my weight and stuff and size. So it's so funny that I think it's just so funny how much I fucking just idolize Mo, and like I feel like I almost connect with her in a way. I mean, obviously I don't. I'm not fucking delusional, but I just feel like there's something there that I really, really like about her that I just see. Maybe I see myself in her in a way, and it's so funny that one I hear, the whatever, hear the little things about maybe her childhood being not the greatest, and it sounded almost similar to mine actually, but again, this could be all made up or whatever. But also just her, the fact that she said that, that'll do, pig, that'll do. Especially with her, because like, I don't know, I would never think of Will Collins pig and Mo. I would never put in the same sentence, but I don't know. Of course, a lot of people probably wouldn't put me and pig in the same sentence, but you'd be surprised. It's definitely a thing. So yeah, and anyways, just the fact that she said that's what her words from God to be to her. She wants that to be that, and she said it kind of like, again, it was a dig at herself in a funny way, but it was also serious. Like, it's, she did good. You know what I mean? Even though she's a pig. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I totally relate to her. Like, if I was to say what's the one thing I want God to say to me when I got to heaven, that would be it. That literally would be the exact line. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Anyways, I just thought it was so funny. I just thought it was so crazy. If I can find the clip, I'll put it here. It's just...
Well, maybe a good question to sort of wrap up. When you get to heaven, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive?
Boy, that's deep.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do.
Good job.
That's a good one.
Yeah, just good job.
I don't know. Again, I just always felt some type of way about this woman. I don't know. I just always really, really liked her and her characters and shit.
Growing up watching the Carol Burnett show in the basement at 9308 influenced your interest in improvisational comedy?
Because they were having so much damn fun. And also I felt when I would watch Carol, I always felt something inside myself that was a kinship, if you will. Like, there was something very much in my soul that I could feel what she was doing. I could feel how it felt inside of her. I don't know how else to describe it, but that...
She's actually she was born the same exact year my mom was born, actually. But anyways, yeah. Speaking of which, there is a Bobby Lee, Tiger Belly, the Tiger Belly podcast or whatever, with Bobby Lee. They're actually, I'm pretty sure it's really recent, I just watched it, of a reunion of everybody, not everybody from the cast, but Ari Spears, Deborah Wilson, Mo Collins, Will Sasso wasn't there, and like Michael McDonald wasn't there, and like Stephanie Weir wasn't there. There's a few people that weren't there, but anyways, it was the ones I just said a minute ago. It was them mainly. Anyways, it was a really good fucking episode or podcast episode or whatever show. It was really good. They all talked about a bunch of stuff that I didn't realize, because obviously you don't know what these people are going through when they're recording this shit, but a bunch of stuff I didn't realize. I didn't realize there was a lot of drama between a lot of them and stuff. Anyways, I just watched the Aries one right before this, one where Ari Spears went on Tiger Belly. Anyway, so I just watched this one with Mo and all them. Anyways, it was cool to watch. It was so cool. Yeah. And it's so weird because Bobby's sitting there talking about, he's like, I don't know, something just about Mad TV. I just get this feeling. He's like, just something about that, about the people that were around me and shit at the time. And I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, something about Mad TV. That's all it's always been for me. Like, something about this show has just got me, like, I don't know. And I would never notice it before because I was so young when it first started showing and shit. I don't know. It's so weird. Anyways, let me get off here with that. It was way too long of a talk. I suck dick. Bye.